Hi all, I'm Pramod Gupta and I welcome you to my YouTube channel, Data My Passion. So in this channel, I bring a lot of videos related to data science, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends and hit the bell icon so that you will get notification for all my upcoming videos. Now, in today's topic, we are going to talk on tips prediction using linear regression model. So this is the first practical video I am bringing in my machine learning playlist, where I have already talked on supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning. And this is the first practical video I am bringing to you in order to start with machine learning. Okay, my approach is like you should first understand practical part. You just see on a high level how things are working, okay, how machine learning application we are building. This is not a, obviously this is not an end-to-end machine learning. It is just a gist of it. It is just like a hello world kind of machine learning problem. Okay, so this is a tips prediction we are going to do using linear regression model. Okay, so so let's start. So at the very first step, let me first describe the problem statement. Suppose you go to a restaurant and you have your lunch or dinner, and at the end you pay your bill, and apart from bill you also give tips to waiters, right? So here the problem statement is based upon your bill, or based upon different features, right? So whenever you want to give a tip, and if suppose whenever you want to predict how much tips you can receive from a customer, there could be some features, right? So we are going to talk on all those details. So at the very first step, let's import all the required library for doing this particular project, right? So we are going to import NumPy. So I have given a statement like import NumPy as NP. Then we also need pandas data frame to just process the data. So import pandas as PD. We will need matplotlib visualization library. So I am just importing that as well, and also Seaborn library. So import Seaborn as SNS. So let me execute that. So here we will actually be importing all the libraries at the very first step. Then I'm taking a tips dataset which is already present in your Seaborn library. So I'm just using Seaborn, that is SNS. I have given alias here as a SNS for Seaborn library, and I'm loading dataset for tips. So I'm loading dataset tips into my data frame DF, and if I want to show you the head of DF, you can see these details. So let's first closely look at the different kind of feature what we have in order to predict the tips. So this is your tip is your dependent variable which we wanted to predict. So you can see it is a continuous variable, and the other features are your independent features like total bill, your sex, smoker, date, time, and size. So first of all, without proceeding further, let's try to understand the data first. So as I already mentioned, you have dependent variable called tips. Now total bill. So this is your total bill of a customer who has paid to the restaurant. And say for example, a customer has paid $16.99 to a restaurant, and the customer was female, sex is female, and that customer did not smoke because smoker feature is saying no, and that day was Sunday, okay, and the time was dinner, okay, and the size, I mean the family members were like two, okay, so two people has come for the dinner at that point of time. So using these features, okay, they have given a tip of around $1.01. Okay, so the similar kind of observation has been given in the form of data set. So the similar, if you see the second customer, right, he had a bill of $10.34, and the customer was male, he was non-smoker, the day was Sunday, and he was having dinner, and with the size of 3, and they have paid a tip of 1.66. So based upon the similar nature of the data, because if you want to predict a tip, these are the different features. Like if you want to predict a tip, there could be a total bill on which you can rely, because if your bill is higher, you may get, because if the bill is higher, it means that the customer can there is a high chance of probability that customer will pay you more tip, okay. based upon so this is one feature. Bill total bill is one feature. Another feature is whether the gender, like male or female, like whether male is giving more tip or female is giving more tip. Whether a smoker, so the next feature is smoker. Whether a smoker is going to give you more tip or non-smoker is going to give you more tip, and the day on which that particular customer has went into the restaurant, whether it was a Sunday, Saturday, Friday, and so on. The time of the at what time he entered into a restaurant, whether it was a dinner time or whether it was a lunch time, that one, and with how many family members or with how many colleagues or whatever number on the size on that particular time. Okay. So these are all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 feature using which you can we can predict our tip. So this is your data overview, I would say. So this is the kind of data we are going to deal with, and we are going to do the prediction. Then, so if I wanted to show the shape of the data, okay, so this is the DF is my data frame in which I have loaded my tip data set. Now I wanted to see the shape of the data. So it is saying 244 as a row and 7 as a column. So out of 7, 6 as a independent variable and 1 is a tips as a dependent variable. And we have 244 observations. It means that using 244 observations, we have to predict the future one, right? Suppose I wanted to see the kind of data it is holding, right? So using an info method, you can see a column total bill is having 244 values, non-null values, and it is having a data type of float. So the kind of nature of the data it is displaying. So this particular column is having a continuous numerical value, so that is float 64 is given. Similarly, tip is also float 64 data type. These 4 are categorical data, like this particular sex column hold female and male value as a categorical variable. Smoker no or yes value. Day, it is Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday value. Time, it is dinner and lunch. So these are the different categorical value these 4 column hold. And the last one is size, which is again it hold discrete numerical value like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are these I would say these 3 are your numerical column and these 4 are your categorical column. Suppose I want to do a descriptive statistics analysis for this particular data set. I can use a function called describe. Using describe, I can easily get all the description of your numerical data set. So in our data set, we have 3 numerical data: your total bill, tip, and size. So you can see this first count will tell you how many record you have. So all 244. Then the mean of the data set. So if you collect the total bill, you have mean of the bill is given by the customer is $19.78. That is mean of the total bill has been given. Similarly, standard deviation is 8.9. Minimum bill is paid is 3.04. This is 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and maximum. So guys, if you are not familiar with statistics, don't worry. I'm going to create a playlist on statistics where I'm going to describe each and everything starting from my basic. But if you know statistics very good, you can understand this. But if you are not able to understand this, don't worry. I'm going to create a playlist on statistics, and these are very basic statistical tool, I would say, or these are all statistical term which we use daily in our data analysis. Okay. Similarly, for tips, you can see the similar kind of description of your data. Okay. So that's how you can describe your data using a describe method. Okay. Then suppose I want to check as a next step how many missing values I have in my data set. So I can use these libraries or methods. We can say df dot is null and dot sum. So we are trying to see all your column with number of null values. So you can see all of our column having 0 null values. So no missing values. It is currently holding, right? Okay. Then we move to a data visualization part. Okay. So I have not given you a thorough data visualization steps here, but just to cover a few of the basic data visualization, I have shown it here. Say for example, based upon a gender column or a sex column, I wanted to see what is a average tip has been given with respect to a gender. Okay, so this group by df dot group by in a bracket sex and tips dot mean function will try to give you how many male, or based upon the gender, whatever male customer have given a mean tip. Okay, that's what we have calculated here. So in my pandas series, you can find video on group by clause. If I have not uploaded yet, I will surely update in future. But yeah, using a group by, you can actually, based upon a categorical value, you can see what is the average of these categories. So male, how many male, so say for example male category, what is the average tip has been given by male category, that you can plot, and similarly female category. So I have tried to plot it here so that I can know that, okay, because I do have two categories, male and female. I want to see whether male has given more tip, female has given more tip. In order to understand that, I have tried to plot this tip with respect to a gender. Okay, so you can see male has given more tip because the mean of the tip given by male is 3.08, and the tip given by female, the mean is 2.8. So it clearly says that male is probably giving more tip than female. So this is one observation. Similarly, if I want to observe with respect to non-smoker or smoker, you can see smoker and non-smoker, they are almost giving you same kind of average tip. So this particular feature, tip wise, it is not giving you different tips at an average. So it is $3 tip is given by smokers, and again 2.99 tip is dollar given by non-smokers. So almost same. Okay, no difference. If I plot with respect to day, so we do have data data for day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can clearly see we get more average tips on the day of Sunday, then Saturday, then Friday, and then you have Thursday. So relative to Thursday and Friday, we are getting more tips on weekends, so Saturday and Sunday. So this particular graph shows that. If I want to print based upon dinner or lunch time with respect to, you can see on the dinner time you are getting more tips. It may be because people at the dinner time are more relaxed and they want to give more tips. So this data shows that behavior. So again, I'm telling you, these are the four steps I have just shown for data visualization. I'm going to create a separate video on data visualization, that is exploratory data analysis. I'm going to do a separate video on that. This is just to show we have to perform data analysis, data visualization step as well in machine learning project. But this is just to understand the data part. Okay, this is a part of your data visualization or exploratory data analysis. The next step I'm trying to see is the correlation I wanted to see between the numerical features. So you can see we do have three numerical feature: total bill, tip, and size. And you can see with respect to tip, if you observe, your total bill is correlated 67%, 67.5%, and 48.9%, almost 49% with respect to size. Okay, so these two numerical features are correlated with your tip. So this is how you can see the correlation with respect to your target variable. Okay, so as you can see, this data, which we are seeing it here, is holding few numerical value, few categorical value. Now, in order to give this data to my linear regression model, my model won't understand this categorical data. At the end, I have to convert everything to numbers. Okay, and in order to do that, we have to do a data cleaning process or data transformation process, feature engineering. Okay, so in the feature engineering section, your gender or sex has a categorical variable like male or female, right? So if you wanted to see how many unique category you have female and male. Okay, now we want to handle. So what I'm doing, I am assigning a value 0 to male and 1 to female. So that's how I am encoding it, these categorical variables. And if I show you the head, you can see it here. So earlier it was male or female, now it is 1 or 0. Without changing the nature of the data, I have converted into numbers. Okay, because my model don't understand text data, it has to be given in the form of numbers. Okay, So this is your first step. Now, if I want to see the value for smoker, it is yes or no. Similar way, I'm giving 0 value to no, 1 value to yes. And this is our heads. You can see earlier it was no or yes, but now it is 0 or 1. Similarly for day, you can see day is Sunday, Saturday, Friday and Thursday. There are 4 values. Okay, we are going to handle it here. Before that, there is a time, right? Dinner or lunch. So there are 2 values, I think. So if you see for time, there is dinner and lunch, and we can map dinner as 0 and lunch as 1. And that's how we are doing it. Okay, you can see the dinner is also getting converted into numerical value. Now you have day, which is your nominal categorical variable, and how we can do it that, like, if I show you the different value the day column is holding is Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, right? And I'm using a pandas function called get dummies. This actually try to convert into different columns, and I'm just dropping the first, because it will going to create 4 different columns, Sunday, Saturday, Thursday and Friday, but I will just need 3 to represent the complete data. And I will create, don't worry, I'm going to create a separate video how this drop, why we are dropping first one, first column. There will be a detailed video on that. But using this get dummies, I'm going to create 3 more columns for this days column. So what I'm trying to do it here, I'm trying to create a column, 4 columns, and then I'm trying to delete the first one, and I'm trying to concatenating with our original data frame, and the original column day is I'm dropping it here because I have already converted that. So if you look at this data, we do have day column having holding all the 4 values Saturday, Sunday, Friday and Thursday. Now we have removed this one because we have already converted that, and the 3 column is getting added like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so 1 indicate it is Sunday, 0 indicate this will be 0 and this will be 1. And whenever there is a value for Thursday, you don't see for Thursday. Whenever all the values are 0, 0, 0, that indicate your Thursday data set. Okay, I hope this is clear. If it is not clear, don't worry, in future it will get clear. Now the next step is try to separate your dependent and independent variable. So at this step, I'm trying to consider all the columns except tips. Okay, so that will be your independent variable, and your dependent variable will be your tips. That's what I'm doing it here at this step. And if I want to show you the x is holding all those values apart from tips. So we have separated the dependent and independent variable at this step. Now in the data science, we have to, whenever you try to build a model, as a part of process, we always split our data into train and test, because whatever data 244 records we have, we want to use few of the records for training purpose and few of the records for testing purpose, because we want to test whether how our model is performing, right? So I have uses inbuilt function train test split in model selection module of sklearn. So this internally, it actually divide your data. So 244, it divide into 70 and 30% ratio. So test size I have given 30%. So 30% of data will kept for test purpose, and training 70% of data will be used. And then it is going to divide into like X train, X test, and Y train and Y train. So this is how it is going to divide, and I'm dividing it here. Now you do have your X and Y value. Now it get converted into X train, Y train, and X train, X test, and Y train and Y test. Okay. So after that, once you divide that data, I'm going to train my X train and Y train. So this X train will hold all your independent data for training, and Y train will hold dependent variable for training, right? So I'm importing my linear regression model. So in sklearn, there is a linear underscore model module. From that, I am importing linear regression method. So using this linear regression method, I'm initializing a model, and then I'm using a fit method, and I'm fitting this data, X train and Y train. Now your model has been trained. Now using X test, now I want to predict that data. Okay, so I got the prediction into Y pred. Now with the help of this plot, I'm just trying to see the difference between Y test and Y pred. So whatever test value I have, and I'm subtracting Y pred value. And if you see the plot, near to zero, most of the values are lying. It means that most of the prediction are as having very less differences. So that's what this particular plot says that. But remember, there are many matrices related to regression, like R2 square, adjusted R square. You have some cost functions like mean squared error, root mean squared error. There are so many matrices we can use in regression. This is just to show you that this graph is just to show you that what is your predicted, how far in your prediction from your actual, right? And since it is a very first machine learning video, I don't want to make it too large or too complex. But we are going to talk on each and every step in detail in my coming videos. Okay. Now we have already trained our model. We do have our model into model object. Now I want to predict on a new data set. So if I show you my independent variable, these are our independent variables like total bill, sex, smoker, time, size, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are the value. These are the independent feature we have used in our model, right? While training our model. So I'm giving total bill as $20. Sex as one says female. Okay, smoker. So I'm saying one means that customer is smoker. Then time I'm saying one means lunch time, and time size is 2, and then it is Saturday date. Okay, because on Saturday I have given one value, and this Friday and Sunday I have given 0 value. So with this data set, I'm trying to predict the value, and I'm trying to do the prediction. And you can see $3.19 is getting predicted from our model. So it is saying that the customer who has paid a $20 bill, and the customer is female, and if that female is non-smoker and she has come at lunchtime with the size of 2, she will give $3.19 as a tip. So this is how machine learning, we are training a machine learning model with the help of some tips data, and it is a toy project. Okay, it's a very small project, I would say. It's not a project also, it's an example, I would say. It's a very small example I want to give you how machine learning training happens and how we train it. I know that there are a lot of things we have to cover, but in order to do the hello world of programming, of any programming, right, this is a hello world of machine learning, I would say. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you really like my video, please hit the like button and put your comment. I will love to reply your comment. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.